Their way. Mr. Frankie standing in well on the outside. Ready for a start. The light goes on and they're off and racing now. Jumped away pretty well. 2 Cuban Mahogany and Double Effort away quite well down near the inside from Oyster Grey. Borich in handy with Let Me In. Common Kingdom showing a bit of pace early in the race. Shoshonian quickly drifting right back through the field to last now as they draw up to the first hurdle. And Oyster Grey didn't handle it well up in the leading division. Borich in a clear leader now. Out by about 3 lengths to Let Me In going around Oyster Grey. Double Effort on the rails and then Cruise Liner followed by Common Kingdom Ancient Hour when they go to the next hurdle. Cuban Mahogany on the rails and Zealand Grey's unseated the rider back at the field. Zealand Grey lost his rider and the horse is continuing with the field. And let me see, a jockey is conscious and trying to now creep under the running rail up near that 600-metre mark. So they come round the home turn the first time now. And Borichin is the leader. Moving up as Common Kingdom, the grey out wide. Let Me In is handy to them in third position between these two horses when they jump the first of a double in the straight. Favourite went over it well and Cuban Mahogany fell. Shoshonian got hampered, so Cuban Mahogany's out of the race. And drawing up towards the next hurdle now. Borichin in front of Common Kingdom. Let Me In's done everything right so far. He's in third placing. 2 lengths then to Double Effort over on the inside rail. A length and a half to Oyster Grey, and then came Kin Con and Cruise Liner. Over on the outside, Ancient Hour. Then the riderless Zealand Grey, and back behind them is Mr. Frankie and Shoshonian's last of all. About 1,800 metres left to go, and 6 hurdles still left to jump in their journey, and Borichin the leader from Common Kingdom on the outside, who wrapped it hard. Let Me In was back in third placing, and he's followed 2.5 lengths to Double Effort Oyster Grey. Kin Con, Cruise Liner raced together, and then 3/4 to Ancient Hour, a gap Mr. Frankie and Shoshonian. Borichin in front, 1,600 to go, led by a long neck to Common Kingdom and 2 lengths to Let Me In when they jump the next hurdle. Then Double Effort, and he was followed by Oyster Grey. A length further back in the field, Kin Con, and then Cruise Liner called on for his run, followed by Ancient Hour, Mr. Frankie and Shoshonian last of all at the hurdle near the 1,300. Borichin trying to lead all the way, jumped that one well and landed by about 2.5 or 3 lengths to Common Kingdom, who's dropped back a bit. Over on the inside rail, Let Me In, and about 2.5 lengths then to, at the 1,200 metre mark, Oyster Grey around Double Effort, then Ancient Hour. Cruise Liner niggled at, not responding at this stage, and then Kin Con, and a gap to Mr. Frankie and Shoshonian's under the whip. 1,000 metres to go. Coming down the side now, Borichin the leader, but Let Me In straight up on the outside of him, and these have raced out about 4 lengths now to Oyster Grey, Double Effort. Dropping out quickly as Common Kingdom, and then Ancient Hour. Cruise Liner next from Kin Con, a gap Mr. Frankie Shoshonian. Coming up towards the next hurdle, the third last, Borichin and Let Me In, and Borichin has fallen. Borichin went and Let Me In is now left with a big lead. Coming up towards the next hurdle, it's completely flattened. In fact, he only has to hop over this one at the 600, Let Me In. A big lead over Oyster Grey. Double Effort raising another effort on the rails, and then Ancient Hour, followed by Cruise Liner and Kin Con, a gap Mr. Frankie. But coming up towards the home turn, 1 hurdle to go, 400 metres to go, and Let Me In with a good lead around the bend, over 3 lengths to Oyster Grey, Double Effort, Ancient Hour, and then Cruise Liner. Into the straight now, coming up towards the last hurdle, Let Me In, he's given it a couple of cracks with the whip, comes towards the last jump, steadied over it safely from Double Effort and Oyster Grey, then Cruise Liner, Ancient Hour, Let Me In front with 100 metres to go. He's kept going 2 lengths to Double Effort, who's trying hard, and then Oyster Grey, but Let Me In is doing it well near the line, and Let Me In scores by about 2.5 lengths to Double Effort and a length to Oyster Grey. Ancient Hour, then Cruise Liner, Kin Con, followed in by Mr. Frankie, and Common Kingdom was last. Shoshonian was pulled up. Field ready. 1,000 metres, Greenlee Bay a little edgy. Mr. Belafonte standing in well. The line looks pretty good. Waiting on the light. Summer's Date playing up in 2. There's an attendant there. Garling Star a little edgy. There's the light now. Racing. And Reform Princess a little slow. Summer's Date didn't go at all. It's a clear last, and one of the first to bounce out, Galing Star, Lake Tahoe, deft of foot, and Mr. Belafonte driving up very quickly with Mille Grazie. Mr. Belafonte led now as they settle into stride to Mille Grazie in second placing, deft of foot the outsiders, third, a length and a half then to Reform Princess getting up along the inside. Galing Star wide, Cherylisha with those from Lake Tahoe up guards, and then Clairvoyant, Ice Fire, My Eagle Pass and Greenlee Bay, Fran Meter followed by Ina's Way, and Summer's Date last of all. Mr. Belafonte at the 400, led by over 2 lengths, swinging for home from Mille Grazie and Deft of Foot, and then Gailing Star, and back behind those horses Reform Princess, Lake Tahoe out wide, and then Gailing Star. Mr. Belafonte led in the straight at the 200 metre mark, and now out after it Mille Grazie very quickly. 3 lengths Reform Princess, and then Clairvoyant out wide, but Mille Grazie has dashed away from Mr. Belafonte, and Mille Grazie is coming right away from Mr. Belafonte and Reform Princess, and Mille Grazie wins it by 3. Second, Mr. Belafonte, and in third placing then Reform Princess. They were followed Clairvoyant, Lake Tahoe, and back behind them Sheralicia, Deft of Foot, Greenlee Bay, Icefire. Then came My Eagle Parsi in his way. Well back in the field up guards, followed by Gailing Star, and then Fran Meter, and Summer's Date was last. Starters on the platform. Coronation Scroll links in. Field ready. Settling down. Starter has them here, and attendant with Ray of Sunshine. Fictional standing up well. There's the light now. Off and racing. Ray of Sunshine in the middle of the line began quite well. Very slow to move, Heartbreak Girl. Going out quickly in the early part is Saloka, and driving up near the inside Marine Park. Through the first 200, Ray of Sunshine and Saloka led Marine Park with the rails. Then Fictional, followed by Hold Me Sweet and Big Ranch between runners. A couple of lengths to Triumphal Lady, and then came Top Pick. 2 or 3 lengths further back is Steel Nerves, Prince of Istanbul, and they're followed by Coronation Scroll. And further back in the field, Cassandrian, and they're being followed by Brave Face. And when they sweep up towards the home turn, Heartbreak Girl is a long last, and Orderly Aspect is second last. On the home turn now, Saloka on the outside is first into the straight from Ray of Sunshine, Marine Park, the rails, and then came Big Ranch. 200 metres left to go now. Saloka just the leader. Big Ranch descending on it. Ray of Sunshine fighting back on the rails. A line of 3 here. Big Ranch finishes the better over on the outside, takes the lead from Saloka and Ray of Sunshine, and Big Ranch will go on and win it. Big Ranch wins by 3/4 of a length Saloka. Third is Ray of Sunshine, and they were followed by Fictional and Marine Park together. Then Steel Nerves, Triumphal Lady, Cassandra, and Coronation Scroll, Brave Face, Prince of Istanbul, followed by Top Pick, Orderly Aspect, and then Heartbreak Girl and Hold Me Sweet was last. Follies drawn alongside her, links up, field ready. Set for the first Silvermore handicap. Plush Marie getting a little edgy. So's Night Follies, attendants climbing in with those fillies. Lights on, they're off and racing. Candalo's slow to move, and so too was Secret Date, and Solo Dios began running down towards the inside, led Tawny and Longwood East early with Beau Sind Inveterate going up from Bold Ebony, and then came Donna Vitala, and Volatic wide out going up towards the leading horses. They're nearly up on top of the hill. Solo Dios just the leader, about a neck in front now to Volatic going up on the outside, and Inveterate in the middle. Then Highfield Queen and a bunching field near the lead, followed by Longwood East. Back behind them, Plush Marie and Principal Dancer. Bold Ebony on the rails, and a couple of lengths behind those fillies is Donna Vitala over on the inside rail with her Hondelay Bell, and then came Night Follies and Beau Sind. Look, there's one that's lost the rider there over on the outside. Tawny was next, and then came Candalo, and Secret Date was last of all as they raced down the side of the track. And with about 700 metres left to go, Volatic's gone to the lead here. Going up is Inveterate, and over on the outside, Highfield Queen, a line of 3. Solo Dios was next, and they were being followed by Principal Dancer. Then Longwood East pulled out wide to make its run, but Inveterate had bolted up on the outside to hit the front. At the 400 metre mark, led from Highfield Queen and Solo Dios. Then Longwood East and Principal Dancer, followed by Bold Ebony, and back behind those horses when they race around the home turn was Volatic. And into the straight now. Oh, and one's come down as they sweep into the straight. Candalo's fallen at the 200, and Inveterate is kicked out by 2 lengths to Bold Ebony, finishing well. Tawny right down the outside from Night Follies with 100 metres to go, and the leader is Inveterate, but Bold Ebony's coming quickly. It's Inveterate in front. Bold Ebony draws level now. Bold Ebony on the outside just in front, and Bold Ebony beat Inveterate. Flashing home for third, Donna Vitala in the centre, and they were followed by Beau Sind, Tawny and Secret Date. Behind them, Solo Dios and Night Follies, and then Highfield Queen. Back behind those horses then was Hondelay Bell, followed by Longwood East, then Principal Dancer, Plush Marie, and the last one to finish was Volatic. Cardinia handicap. Ready to go. Light goes on. Off and racing. And a reasonably good start. Shandon Lass was the one who was slow to move. Versify, Sharp Alert began quickly, and Out Fast 2, Slyly Gifted going up towards the leaders. There's Special Sculpture going up very quickly towards the leaders, followed by Sugar Grey, Astra Franco, Twiggermore, Classicer out wide. Procreate's got Fairway back in the field over on the inside rail. Moral behind her from Shandon Lass, Catherine Mary. Then came Ventos and Narbonne last of all at the 900. Versify led Slyly Gifted. Moving up Special Sculpture on the outside to third, and then came Carillion Bell, followed by Sugar Grey the centre. Back behind them Astra Franco. Twiggamore wide. Procreate awkwardly placed the rails, followed by Classica. And back behind those fillies then came further back Sharp Alert and Moral. Catherine Mary around the outside of them, and they were being followed then by Ventos and Narbonne. Down the side they race. They've got about 500 left to go. Versify is just a leader here from Slyly Gifted. Classic has gone up on the outside of those horses when they race towards the turn. 400 metres left to go. Sugar Grey is back behind them when they sweep around the home turn. Shandon Lass has gone up wide, and Procreate needing a run behind them. Slyly Gifted took the lead from Versify. Classica on the outside. Sugar Grey waits for a run. Special Sculpture wide out's finishing well now. Special Sculpture and Procreate's out. Special Sculpture hit the lead. Procreate about to pounce. Special Sculpture about a half in front of Procreate. Going home the better. Procreate put a nose in front and got up and won it. Procreate beat Special Sculpture in a photo, I'd say. And third placing went to Classica, followed by Moral. In behind those then was Twiggamore, and she was followed by Slyly Gifted, Astra Franco, and then Sharp Alert, Versify, Shandon Lass. Back behind those fillies to finish was Catherine Mary, and Carillion Bell and Narbonne were the last two. Goes up, and the 3-year-old fillies are ready for the second Silvermore handicap.